live. So yet again, the saga continues of not having a selfie stick. So we've built an salty stick, which is we took a SOG tomahawk and taped it with painter's tape to the tomahawk, and it's pretty fabulous. So Squid's on his way out. He's inside. So here he comes. Tom Brown, greetings, brother.
Tom Brown.
Tom Brown, come on down. Let's see. So that's a lovely wine bladder you have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These are great. You can hide these in bags. Hide them in bags very easily for events and stuff.
Right. You just put it in your
Camelback.
Thank you. Get out of my brain, yo. I burped. So
I tried to find my hat. Tried to find my hat and glasses. I don't know where I put them. I must have left them in the truck. Are you texting and stuff?
no, I was looking at the other phone. This phone that's, hey Keith, how are you? So we're gonna do like what did we call this?
The salty stick.
No, not the salty stick. I already talked to them.
Oh, you did?
Don't touch me, bro.
What are we calling this?
Yeah,
tonight?
this is like a
This is you know, a couple of announcements, and then it's just your questions, whatever you want to ask.
Right. So yeah, it's like a, hey, it's Mark Chase. What's up, brother? The sun is good for you.
Yeah.
Boom is here. Well,
Boom.
Bowman 82. What's up, brother? So
I think that's now. He's officially stolen.
it's done. We need to make a meme of Curry Caldwell sticking like sideways into a picture that just says boom underneath it. So we can start dropping that places. So anyway, this is salty stick is, I think it'll work.
We need to find a rich benefactor for us to bring to fruition all these ideas
The
that
salty
we have.
stick.
The salty stick is perfect.
So
Do they get to see the salty stick?
I'm gonna take a picture of it, and I'll take a picture of it and post it on Facebook, on the page. Y'all should have picked, could have picked a shady area.
About 10 minutes, it'll be down. The peach tree will block it. We're just a little early today because school and stuff, kids back in, and baseball schedules and bedtimes, and I'm putting both the terrorists to bed tonight because my wife started working out this week and she's exhausted. So when she gets back from baseball practice, she is going to go to bed with Elijah for the night. So good for her, and good for her for starting to work out again.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yay, proof of life. Shh, quiet, Lois.
I had to change my name. I'm now Octopus.
That was pretty witty, actually. That was pretty witty. So you want to tell them, like, we're getting the beginnings of the loot box put together.
Yeah.
So you want to go through that?
Yeah.
Show
one or two things, maybe.
Just a couple of things that are in there. So the loot box, if y'all go to Facebook, we will post on. Hey, what's up, Dennis?
I'll show a serious thing, and I will also show
a funny thing, a not so serious thing.
So,
some paracord.
550 cord.
Yep, 50 foot. Yeah, that's 50 foot.
It is 30 pound, 50 foot.
50 foot.
So there's that, and then what did you put in here?
Put all kind of stuff in there. There's a bleeder kit.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, tactical fanny pack.
Yep, tactical fanny pack. And I'll show one more. How about one more thing?
Okay.
Yeah,
you know what that is?
A flask?
No. Well, it is in essence a tiny little flask, but you fill that full of lighter fluid.
Oh yeah,
and then it has a striker on the side of it, so it's like a permanent match.
Yeah.
So
I've seen that.
You can use that to set yourself on fire if things ever get really bad. You're like, that's it, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. You can go out like that guy in Tiananmen Square.
So we're gonna get a flat rate box.
Yep.
It's got some useful stuff in it, and it's got some funny stuff in it.
Yeah, there's
funny stuff is funny.
Yeah, there's a couple of stupid things in there, and there's a couple of pretty useful things in there. And it's at zero cost to you guys. You just need to go to Facebook and join the Squid and Bear page. And then we will do a monthly post that this will be the loot giveaway post. And all you guys got to do is like it and share it. And we will pick from the people that like and share it. And we will randomly pick from the people that like it and share it and send it on its way to y'all. And what would be super cool, if you got it, then you went to the Squid and Bear Facebook page, went live and opened it up, and we're like, this is all the crap that they sent us.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. So we're just going to institute that as a policy. You must do that. All right, so who's got questions? Anybody got questions?
You've got questions, we have answers. Ish.
Get out of my dang brain, dude. Oh no, Adam's here. Shut it down. Adam from the APN is here.
Oh, Adam.
What's up, brother? We're just messing with you. We literally, Adam, have we have taped the cell phone to a SOG Tomahawk with blue painter's tape because I left the selfie stick. Hey, Bruce, good evening. I left the selfie stick that Gordy got me in Oklahoma, so we had to make an assaulty stick. So I'm literally holding a tomahawk with a phone taped to it right now. In fact, I'll probably take a picture of that and just go ahead and post that onto Facebook right now.
There you go. Here, I'll post it on there.
That's a good idea. We're like smart and stuff. Yeah. We know how to create media. Who's got questions? Hit me. Good evening, brother Patriot. There you go. Post that thing up. So, hit us. Militia groups that don't prep, stay away.
Way away.
That's a good question. Stay away. And it's kind of breezy, so I apologize if the wind picks up and cuts with the audio. Yes, exactly. A tomahawk selfie stick is not body bag. This is a multi-tool, actually, if you think about it. Militia groups that don't prep, I would go nowhere near them. If you're already embedded in a militia group that doesn't prep, I would either try and shift their focus to preparedness or get GTFO, man. Get away from that. The last thing I want to do, and we talked about this last week, is be associated with people who have lots of guns and not a lot of food. That's a problem. That's really bad news.
You know, it's funny. I was just thinking about this prior to you getting here.
Yep.
Because the question that we got on Patreon, like, really kind of just has been resonating with me. And basically what was that is, if I'm just starting out prepping, like, what's more important, guns or food? And so, you know, in a nutshell, it's, you need to have a basic way to defend yourself. But B, for me, it's food, because I was thinking about it beforehand, and I'm like, you know, if I want to control something, control the food supply.
Yeah. Well, that's very strategic. A lot of people don't think on a strategic level. What about elderly people that are having a hard time finding a group that will accept them? They feel like they're alone and unwelcome. Okay, we're going to come back to that. That's a really good question.
And we just had some experience with this just recently.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was just talking to Grandma about this past weekend, 80-year-old prepper. So, but getting back to the militia thing. So now if you're part of a militia or you are aware of them and you know that they're not prepping, they just have a bunch of, you know, tactical gear, which most militias do. And that's kind of I've talked about this before, is the downfall of the militia is the concept of there is no resupply. They don't get that. They're trying to run a paramilitary organization without realizing that the military, the backbone of the military is resupply.
Logistics.
Yeah, logistics and resupply. You need something, we'll figure out how to get it to you. For every 1 pair of boots on the ground, there's 9 pairs of boots standing behind them, facilitating those boots on the ground,
Exactly.
which the militia does not have. So it's going to create a very bad situation in my mind, where the militia decides, well, we have the ability to project force, we don't have the ability to feed ourselves, now what? So will the militia, we'll just say the militia, behave badly? I think there's a huge potential for that. What do you think?
The risk is much, much greater for that to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when you come to basically no options,
Yep.
you know, people are going to do whatever they have to do.
People behaving badly.
Yeah.
And I would almost say that the militia, and I'm using big tent militia here. The militia has a potential as individual members to be overconfident because of their, 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year type National Guard type schedule, where they go and train, and they have a basic combat loadout, and they have a 72-hour kit, and they feel like A, they're doing good work, so there could be an entitlement issue there, and B, they feel like they have the ability to project that force in a justified manner. Now,
and we're not meaning like militia groups that are doing all the other stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to rag on the militia. The militia has a place, and I've done several videos on the militia. It absolutely has a place, but it's getting back to the militant farmer concept of understanding that the militia traditionally were farmers and agricultural people. 9 out of 10 were farmers and agriculturalists who picked up weapons in defense of their region or their state or their nation when they needed to.
In that locality.
Howdy from the Pacific Northwest, Oregon.
Nice.
Howdy, brother. Howdy from North Central Texas. I think I'd rather have your weather than our weather right now.
Oh.
But it was only like 105 today.
Yeah, in a stagnant shed.
In a stagnant shed with no airflow.
That was awesome.
That was a good time. I think tomorrow we should just lock ourselves in a Connex box. So okay. So what happens with the militia? I would assume that the militia has the potential to behave badly. And again, getting back to systems, I would not be dependent upon anybody but yourself and your tribe. Make your systems closed loops.
And that's why your belief systems are so important. That you have the same belief systems.
Nice segue. Right here. Put it right here. Good job.
You have the same belief systems so that you have less of a risk of people in your tribe not interacting right and not behaving right to each other. It's that like mind.
Yeah, and consistent values.
Yes.
When everybody shares values, like-minded people, exactly. And I saw you in there, Bottle Cap. I appreciate you, brother. It's like-minded people. I'm less worried about somebody I can reason with than somebody that I can't. You know what I mean? That we can meet each other where we're at rather than...
Well, we've said it, right? Like I don't have an issue telling you if something you did something not right.
Right.
And you don't have an issue saying it to me.
Right.
And I'm not going to take it home and it'd be personal.
Right.
Right? Because we're supposed to correct each other if we have to correct each other. Small town to get out.
Okay, we're going to come back to that.
Yep.
What's a good sized small town to get out of the city? But next we're going to go to Bruce. What about people accountability? Yes, sir. What about older people that feel like they don't have a tribe to fit into?
So it's hard for them to find.
Yes, it's hard for them to find a tribe.
So we just helped a lady the other day who was not getting any responses from her local groups, and it just happened that we know some people, and
hooked her up with some people.
Yep. And
And
so she's getting taken care of. And somebody who
okay, we'll come back to that too. Adam, I will call on you in a minute. Remember that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And so basically, here's somebody who's got a lifetime of skills in a critical field that just because of age was
Yep.
not getting any response to it. And so I think that's one of the great things about the APN is that, they're trying to build that out so that they're helping people connect people with people. That
Good plug.
Yeah, no problem.
The Arkansas Preparedness Network. And then like a little star flies across.
The more you know.
The more you know. I'm one of those old guys. Yeah.
There's value. I mean, and that's the thing. I think it's short-sightedness because you think, oh, here's somebody who's older, who's going to be a burden to our tribe, when it's a garden still needs to be tended, stuff needs to be canned. It's not all about being a soldier.
Hey, let me. I'll make a point here. Okay, my mom spent the weekend with us, up in Arklatex, because Miss Aspen had a birthday, and so my mom, who is, we'll just put like 60-ish. Okay, my mom is about 60-ish. She has had medical issues for 20 years. I'm not going to get into it, but 20 years ago, the docs were like, hey, you got a year to live. And I told my mom, if you think you have a year to live, you absolutely have a year to live. That was 20 years ago. But we'll just say, like, she's not in great health. So, but my mom spent the weekend with us. And my mom kept my kids fully engaged.
Exactly.
She kept my kids fully engaged. She pulled up a 50-foot by 3-foot wide row, so 150 linear feet of pinto beans. She put up, I think it's 11 pounds of pintos that she pulled and shucked. She helped my wife. I don't think my wife did a single dish all weekend. I mean, for real. I don't think Harmony washed one dish. Not one. Let's see. She got my youngest daughter down for a nap twice. I mean, like,
my mom was here visiting for this week.
Yeah,
she was holding Elijah most of the time.
And so we think, like, if you can't hold a battle rifle, you're not useful.
Well,
that's
we
total.
We don't think that.
No, but I'm saying, like,
that mindset.
There's a mentality of, well, if you don't have an AR-15 and 11 loaded mags, we don't need you. And those will be the tribes, the groups of people that post-SHTF are going around and marauding because they don't have the infrastructure. And a huge part of that infrastructure are these older people that don't have any use. They have all the uses in the world. So I think part of it, the first thing, Savage, what's up, brother?
I would love to have somebody.
Older folks are your logistics. Amen.
I would love to have somebody who remembers going through the Great Depression.
Well, that's what we were just talking about with Harmony's grandma. Is she remembers a time before electrification and refrigeration.
Right.
And we were talking about that this past weekend of like, okay, that's awesome. Tell me everything you know.
Root cellars, all of it.
Exactly. And so I've referred to it as Grandma Google.
Yeah.
Because when Google goes away, then what do you do? Now what do you do? Yeah, you can have your prepper library, and you should, but practical hands-on knowledge from a lifetime of doing matters as much or more than reading it in a book, in my opinion. So I think the first thing is the tribe mindset, the mentality of, we don't need those older people. If you won't make it, I'd say probably more than 6 to 12 weeks without those older people, because all the tough guys with their plate carriers and their rifles have families, have kids. They need somebody to help facilitate, again, the support structure, the logistics of it.
And everything goes back to the basics.
Yeah.
Like, it literally will go back to the basics. You need to know how to successfully grow food.
Yeah.
Successfully. And somebody needs to watch, somebody needs to take care of it.
Yep.
Somebody needs to be able to provide, medical. Somebody needs to know how to, whatever that is. So 5%. I'm just spitballing here, but I would say like in your tribe makeup, like 5% are shooters.
Yeah.
In a large tribe.
Yep.
5% would be shooters. If you're in a smaller tribe, obviously that number is different because if you only have 10 people, you may need at least 4.
Yeah.
At least 4. But as that number climbs, the more support you're going to need on the back end.
Yeah. Yeah. An army marches on its stomach, bro.
What happened to Napoleon in his march to Prussia? What happened to him? Right?
Yep.
It happened to be the Maunder minimum.
Yep.
So it's the coldest it had been. He literally lost the majority of his soldiers.
Yep.
Marching there because it was the most bitter winter there was. I've read excerpts out of it, and it talks about guys literally taking knives and cutting off flesh of horses.
Yep. That were still alive.
That were pulling wagons, just so they feeling it was that cold.
Yep. So that's why you need old people. To me, it's a branding and marketing issue. The tribe needs to understand they need old people, and old people need to get good at talking to their strong points. Because most old people talk about, well, I've got diabetes, and I've got 6 bad discs, and I've got arthritis in my hands, and I can't get up and do much, but I'm helpful. Well, that's terrible marketing.
Yeah.
Like, I would say you need to market as, I've been a industrial welder for 38 years. I've raised 6 children and 4 grandchildren. I've planted a garden for the last 62 years. Right? Play to your strong suits. Stop telling people on the front end why they shouldn't hire you.
Right, exactly.
Right? And tell people on the front end, why do I need you? So it's a marketing issue, right?
Why they need you.
Exactly. What can you bring to the table? I'm not going to go walk into a job and be like, well, listen, man, here's the thing. Here's the 10 reasons why you shouldn't hire me.
I kind of like to sleep in.
But
sometimes I'm late.
But I'm a good guy, so let me be part of the tribe. So it's a mindset and a marketing issue. The tribe needs to understand that older people have value.
Yeah. Well, here's the mistake. So this is not fun.
Yeah.
Having a tribe and having gardens and it's not fun. And that's the thing is people, that group you were involved in, that's all fantasy.
Oh, yeah, DD12 that I'm not part of anymore. Yeah.
Like they think it's just like this, this is so awesome.
It's going to be playtime. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, no, this is hard work. I mean, I can barely keep up with everything that I got going on. I can barely keep up. But I will say that when I'm on my hands and knees in my garden, it's one of the most joyous things I have, even if I'm dripping wet like the time I'm doing right now. I mean, I've got okra that's on years of seeds right now. I just stuff it.
Yep.
So you've got to know how to do all this stuff, and it sucks.
Yeah. but having the support of the tribe helps. So what do you do with old people who can't find a tribe? Number 1, you fix the tribe. The tribe mentality needs to get better. You need to understand that you need those people because a lifetime of knowledge and skill and ability, and these are your instructors. They're not your doers. They are your instructors.
Your KSAs, are knowledge, skills, abilities, are miles ahead because of just your experience in life.
Yep.
You've tried to do things and failed doing them different ways.
Yep.
That's the power that you lend. You lend knowledge and wisdom.
So, number 1, fix the tribe. Number 2, disabled people or special needs. We will get to that. That's a good question. Number 2, older people. Stop marketing yourself with your failures first. Stop marketing yourself with your inabilities, your disabilities, your restrictions first. That's poor marketing. And the only person that's responsible for that is you. So fix that.
I could start out talking to you, I've got a plate in my neck.
Yeah.
3 discs to my lower back. I've had surgery 7 times
Right.
on different places. I hurt like all the time.
Yep. Yeah.
But I can still kick ass if I need to.
That's exactly right.
And so I would never lead off with that.
Yep.
That is just, I'm just in pain when I do stuff, but I can still do it.
Right?
What are you laughing at?
Just you and life. And I'm like, yeah, we're not going to talk about like nerve damage in my hands and 6 bad discs. We're going to talk about how I'll take you apart piece by piece if I need to.
And come Wednesday, you throw me in the dumpster again.
And I'll throw you in the dumpster again.
Come Wednesday, I'll be able
I'm here. Boom.
Boom.
Guess who's here?
Curry.
Curry's here. Boom.
But, and come Wednesday, and this is more, if any of you guys saw the post, I got a new toy, and it'll be finished on Wednesday. So I got a 6.5 Creedmoor, a Ruger, and with a 12x56 scope.
Yep.
It is not something I would normally do, but I really like it.
Yep. Second cool.
Yeah,
you're playing the second kind of cool card.
Exactly.
Yep.
I have all the other stuff, so this is more for me, but I can shoot that out to 11 or 1,200 yards.
Yep.
Which is incredible. Like, if you think about how far that is, like,
yeah,
whatever you hit,
that's a half a mile.
Won't even hear the shot.
Yeah.
And it'll get hit with it. So
okay,
that's more of my cool luxury item. But maybe Wednesday, if we go pick it up before we go do that side job.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We can
do a quick video on it. Take a look at it.
I might just sneak up behind you and
steal it.
Well, I was going to say sever your subclavian artery first and then steal it, but yeah, mostly that. Okay, Dennis asked, what size town is the right size town if you're going to come out of Her My People?
I don't know if there's a quote-unquote right size. I think it's what the people are like that you got to do your basis on. So a right size could be 1,000-person town.
Yep.
Because they're like X. They're like what your tribe mentality is. Or it could be a 10,000-person tribe or town because it's got really good Christian values, like in the town I'm in.
Everything's relative.
Yeah.
Because 10,000 people on 5,000 square miles of land is great.
Yeah.
10,000 people in 2 square miles of land
not great.
Is not great. And conversely, 1,000 people in a little town that's dying with no infrastructure is not worth being in.
Right.
So I think, like, for us, we were fortunate to end up near a good size town, 10,000, 15,000-ish people, about 20 minutes away. So anything we need is right up the road. And believe me, living in Texas, 20 minutes is right up the road. Like, that's the next town over. Everything's at least 20 minutes away. You don't go anywhere that's not 20 minutes or more.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm 30 minutes from...
Yeah.
I'm 30 minutes from getting anywhere close to what you would call Dallas.
Yep. Exactly, Adam. People and infrastructure.
But I'm in a town who has great values and great character.
Yep.
People stop for people if you're stopped on the side of the road to make sure that you're all right. So the foundation for me is there.
Yep.
And I don't know what they're at right now. 18, 20?
Yeah.
18, 20,000 right now?
Yep.
And most of that is well south. But people are getting out of the city.
Yep.
They're getting out of places like Frisco, Texas.
Ugh.
Oh. Body bags.
Body bags.
What's up?
Just reading comments. Savage is talking about all the times that he shot people. No, that's not what he's talking about. He was talking about...
If you do not have a bag of barbershop hair in your preps, you are not ready.
He was talking about how he's seen people get shot with non-life-threatening injuries and just keep fighting and not even know that they were shot. Were shot, and those are the kind of people you want to be around. How would you handle a tribe member? Okay, Adam, good question. So, okay, we're going to come back to that. So, Dennis, the answer to your question is, I think, look more at population density and infrastructure than the size of the town itself.
And beliefs.
And beliefs. Yeah, I'll give you that as well. I'd say the vibe. Let's sum that up as the vibe of the town.
I think that's a good way to say it.
So, okay, next. How would you handle, Adam, one more time, how would you handle a tribe member that is behaving badly, basically? Hit me again, one more time, brother. Feed my TBI. It's gone already. They knew, but rather had the will to press on to protect the innocent. Yeah, roger that, man.
Oh, you know what we didn't cover real quick before we move on? Disabled or special needs.
Yeah.
Now, that for me comes down to my belief system. That I am going to help anybody I can. So I think about my tribe as in, okay, these specialized skill sets that I'm trying to put together, right, that can help support each other in the event that, hopefully not ever, but it goes down. Now I think from a second stage, it's, okay, if there are those people around me, I am going to help them because that's what I am called to do.
Yep. And
they will be taken care of. Because I believe that by taking care of them, the Father's going to take care of me.
So I agree with that, and I would say practical, tactical application of that. Hold on, I'm doing the things. I'm doing the things and the stuff with the words. Lois says you need a hotspot on the porch. So, okay.
No, you know what it is my little man is
streaming.
My little man might be sick. Not littlest little man, middle little man.
Middle little man.
He's watching TV because he decided he was going to projectile vomit at dinner tonight. So that was
a good time.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a good time.
So salmon coming back the other way is great.
That's good stuff. So I would say, let's say you have a lot of gurgling in video. I apologize. We're doing our best. So let's see, what do I got here? As far as special needs, or disabled people, I would look at what are the more core things that you need to prepare for, and what are the things that are more general that you can let your tribe members know, hey, we use a lot of whatever, just paper towels, right? If you could, I would love it if y'all, as our tribe family, could just everybody stock a few extra rolls of paper towels. Okay, so what are the individual needs that the community can meet, and what are the individual needs that are more specific that you should be meeting? Right?
Hey, let's try this.
Shoot.
Give us a second. We're going to connect to my phone's mobile Wi-Fi, my mobile hotspot.
Okay.
On the 4G LTE network. So if you want to try to change your...
We're probably going to lose them if we do that. Yeah, that's correct, Savage. Don't think of people, again, getting back to like the older people, don't think of people in regards to their limitations. You need to think about what can people do and what is the best use, the best utilization of that person.
Well, then again, you're evaluating them based on looks.
Yeah.
Which, how do you know that this dude didn't tromp around the beaches in World War II and has seen things that you hope you never see? It's judging that book by the cover, and if it's a good person that matches your belief system, there's a job.
Yep.
There's a job. There's a job somewhere. Like, if you're building a group, don't make the mistake and turn them away. Right?
Okay. So what do you do about a tribe member that's causing friction post SHTF?
So for me, it's got to be swiftly dealt with.
Agreed.
It cannot be left to fester, because it is only going to make it worse and worse when you do have to deal with it. So in a very stressful SHTF scenario, it has to be dealt with swiftly. I think in your tribe, the person from a governance perspective, I would see that the most effective way to govern your tribe would be from a board versus an individual leader.
I think it's like a council
Yeah.
kind of,
Yep.
you know.
And it's, there needs to be a clear and concise set of this is acceptable and this is not acceptable. That's, again, going back to beliefs.
Yep.
And I don't mean just religious beliefs. I just, beliefs that match what your tribe matches. Whether that's religious or not. I mean, for me, that's a big part of my life. But it has to be very clear of what is not acceptable. And there's in that scenario, there could be you are no longer welcome.
So what Mark Chase is saying is biblical, in that you go to that person first, and then if that doesn't work, then you go to that person with a brother, and then that doesn't work, then you drag them before a council. Yes, but let's say the person that you're dealing with, hypothetically speaking.
But I think that's in a rule of law scenario.
Well, that's what I was getting to.
Okay.
Let's say the person that you're dealing with in a hypothetical situation goes from, you ever see somebody break? They've just had enough. And
I got a gun pointed at me.
That's
in Iraq because the guy
that's exactly
lost it.
That's exactly what I was getting at. At that point, there's no go to him and then bring a brother and then go before a council. There's, you drop the weapon or I'm putting 2 in your chest and 1 in your forehead. So in certain situations, you have to have clear-cut rules on what that's going to look like. Man, there's exactly, Patriot. There's all kinds of comments just flying by.
I'm gonna have to catch up on those comments.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
a lot of there's like 4 or 5 separate conversations going along, and that's good. Y'all talk quietly amongst yourselves.
Please don't interrupt the teacher.
Don't. Everybody sit down. Had a kid snap in basic because he couldn't eat fast enough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, stuff's gonna happen, man. And so you really need to understand the situation. You really need to understand the situation of, like, do I have the opportunity right now to address this with wisdom, or do I need to address this with action? What's the best tool in my toolkit right now to deal with the situation?
Is this swift, or is this something that can be dealt with slower?
But again, getting back to expectations, yeah, exactly. Marine put a gun in your face, drop it or be dropped. I hopped into a Marine's car one night. He's like, come on, man, let's go to the bar. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And we're driving along. And I'm like, hey, man, the bar's not this way. He goes, oh, yeah, we got to make a stop first. I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, where are we going? He goes, oh, we got to go kill my ex-wife. I'm like, hey, I don't think we're going to do that.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it'll be quick. And so, yeah, the long and short, I had to rectify that situation. But, right, there's no...
There's also no, it's this demographic that is going to do that.
Oh, no, yeah.
I mean, the person who did it to me was a senior officer.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yeah,
it doesn't have to be,
yep,
uneducated or unskilled or whatever it may be.
It's across the board. Exactly.
Yep.
So anyway, but I think the way to getting back to the core of what Adam asked, the crux of the issue here is, how do you deal with that? The tools that you have in your toolkit to deal with that are the over time, you can approach that person about corrective issues, corrective action, using the you first method, then you and a buddy method, and then you and a council method, which is absolutely biblical and a strong method. There's nothing wrong with that, unless you require immediate action, in which case, take immediate action.
Act.
But manage that expectation on the front end. How do you prepare yourself to assist someone else's special physical disabilities? We'll come back to that to you. So the deal is, if you know up front, hey, this is what's expected of you. If you transgress these expectations, this is what will happen. It's clear cut. And so you need to figure that out on the front end, right? What's your exit strategy? I would encourage everybody to have an exit strategy with the other members of their mag, whatever. Like, how do we...
Probably poison.
What does your exit strategy look like? If you have a problem with somebody and they just have to go, what do they get? Do they get a bucket of food and a magazine of ammo? Do they take with them what they brought? Like, how does it work?
And that's a two-edged sword.
Yep.
I mean, they could turn on you.
Curry, you don't get new shirts. Sorry, bro. You can't have one. Everybody else can, though. Just kidding.
They can turn on you.
Yeah.
Speaking of shirts, good segue.
That's Boom's fault.
Go to kungfutaxidermy.com. Body bags.
The body bag shirts. No, we're just kidding, brother. We love you. We're mean people by nature.
Is that a frowny face?
It is a frowny face. Don't believe the hype. We're not nice people. We're mean people.
Well, and I think one of the things we talked about this today. I said, you know what I love about this and what's awesome is when we meet you guys, we're the same people that you see right now. We're not. Yep. There's nothing we turned on. We're the same guys who walk into Dollar General and tell them, "Take my fiat currency," and just get this blank stare back at us.
Yep.
As we were laughing about it.
Yep.
And so, I mean, this is us 24/7. I mean,
that guy at the taco store.
What do you guys want? I'll have a box of wine. What did you say?
I don't remember.
Something ridiculous. He stared at us like, "What is happening?"
I think that was a Zur.
I'm not sure.
I think that was a man girl.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The name threw me off. I
didn't even read the name.
I did read the name, and I'm like, because originally I thought, "Oh, her," and then I went, "Wait,
that was a man."
It was a man's name, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I thought that was a girl.
I did too at first until I walked up to the counter.
It was definitely a Zur.
We had Taco Bueno today, and it was no bueno.
It was not. Bean burritos and 105, bad idea.
It was no bueno.
All right. Okay, so what do you do?
Then I almost plowed that guy over who came flying around the corner with delivering food.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost got into a wreck on the way over here. In fact, I was shooting a quick update piece for the product review thing.
Yeah.
And a guy completely blew a stop sign, almost smashed into me. I yelled bad words at him. It was a good time. So, anyway. Your post is a little out of plumb there, brother.
Yeah, just kick it at the bottom.
It's only like 10 degrees out. Pull out the gas masks. It wasn't that bad, but it could have been. Not used ones. No, I don't eat used tacos. That's
well, you did make a garbage taco when we finished.
I did. That was a trash burrito. All right, so Tia's question was, how do you prepare for somebody who has like a medical disability? You need to just figure out what you're doing now and figure out how to keep doing it after the system goes away.
Yep.
What's
your system to handle that when you don't have the things that you reach out to and use now?
Yeah.
Does that mean that you need to prep some items that most people wouldn't think about prepping because of that whatever issue it is?
Yep.
I mean, here's like Bear and I have talked about, like, I hope I never have to use anything that I've put away.
Yep.
I hope I never have to use it, because that's going to mean a lot of people are going to die. And that's not okay. And
I'd rather it not.
And there's going to be a lot of evil. A lot of people are going to be deceived by Satan and do things that they would not do.
Yep.
Because of the stress and because they weren't ready.
Yeah. And people are going to
take them from Christ.
And people are going to opt out too. I think a lot of people are going to swallow bullets.
I think so.
I don't want that either.
No.
But
there's a question for you.
What's up?
I got a question.
Should
I jump on and type it in?
Yeah, I did. Don't talk to me. Get on your phone.
So, Catholicism,
Mhm.
suicide is automatic hell.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever read anything like that in the Bible. Can you enlighten me on that? Have you looked into that much?
I haven't looked into it. I haven't looked into it. I've had a few friends that have committed suicide, and it sucks.
You're 22
A day.
military people a day.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, if you've never deployed and you've never been over, I mean, I struggle with it sometimes, not to the point of eating a bullet because, the Father has blessed me with a young family later in life when I'm not deploying, and they drive me to be okay and to say, you know what, no devil, I'm not letting you into my brain today, you go away. But I mean, it's a serious thing, and I agree with you. I think that a lot of people, if it was truly an SHTF or EMP or what, I think there's a lot of people who
They're
would
gonna
not
opt
be able
out.
to handle the stress.
They're gonna opt out. And
Palmetto, you made a comment earlier. You're like, whatever it takes. That's kind of where we're at. Like,
Yep.
I'm gonna do whatever it takes. If I got to go dig ditches to support my family with a master's degree, a technical master's degree, I'm gonna go dig ditches.
Yep.
Like, having that mentality of whatever it takes, I'm gonna do it.
It's a flexible mindset.
Yeah.
And I was just talking with Harmony about this yesterday. It's a flexible mindset. You have to be okay when things aren't okay, and you have to have tools in your toolkit to get okay when things aren't okay. And
well, I think one of the things too is training yourself to realize that you're choosing that feeling. So you're choosing to let something bother you, or you can choose to not let it bother you, and you can choose joy. Like, you've got to train to that too.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, we're choosing to have that. Laura said it to me the other day, and I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. Like, I was, getting set off with all the entitlement that I see all the time, right? And she's like, you have not been happy lately. Like, you need. And I said, you know what? You're right. Like, I need to not care about. Mark.
There it is. Sorry.
Choose joy.
Choose joy.
Choose joy. And, your feet hurt, your hands hurt, your back hurts. Choose joy.
Yep.
And try to treat your fellow man from a joyful perspective. Biggest thing I learned traveling as a consultant for so long, and so ate out a lot, was realizing I was going to have bad service at some point, but I don't know what's going on in their life. So I still tipped 20+% even when I've got bad service or bad food, because you know what? And even if I'm wrong, I don't care. But what if they got a family member dying, or they're just having a bad day?
Correct, Lester.
I don't know what that situation is. So I would much rather take the aspect of having joy and kindness than I'm going to be a dickhead and give you $0 tip.
Yeah. And set that person off.
Right? And then just make their day even worse. Like, I never quite understood that. I was in a restaurant once when I was traveling for work. And, I go in there and I've got my laptop out. I'm working as I'm waiting for my food, and I'm, and eating. And there are two women at the table next to me, and they're just messing with this guy left and right. Oh, this isn't right. This doesn't look like the picture. This,
Right.
And, he's doing everything he can to please him. He's being polite. He's being everything. And I'm observing all of this. And they pay their check and leave. And he walks up to see if I need anything else. And I said, If I guess this right, I will pay their tip, but they didn't tip you. And he showed me the receipt and 0. So I ended up doubling my tip to be able to cover what their tip should have been. And it's just like,
yeah.
Why? Why be that way? It's just, it's ugly. It brings you to it brings you exactly where the devil wants you.
That's kind of the thing is.
Let me go check on that.
Yeah.
Middle squid.
Yeah.
I need some more wine. You got beer?
Oh, I got beer. I got all the beer.
I got beer.
Hashtag no beer left behind.
It makes me
this
jolly fellow.
The assaulty stick is far heavier than the selfie stick. Good thing my arms are rather large.
Yeah, but it's there to attack people. So
that's true. Yeah, we can collapse somebody's skull with this if we need to, which is good. All right, so I see lots of comments flying by. So the first thing I want to say, moisture wicking tactical shirts. We can try. We will look into that. If that is a request, we will do that. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you're into this, we lost money on these shirts, and I'd really rather not lose money on the second run of shirts because I'm a 3 strikes and you're out, guys. So if we lose money on this run of shirts right now, the hashtag body bag, we're going to do it one more time, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's okay. Maybe that's not our job. Maybe we're not supposed to make shirts. So can we make moisture wicking tactical shirts? Sure. Can we sell the regular cotton ones first? If we can sell those first, yes, I will look into it. My paw prints on them. They don't make shirts big enough, brother. Now, Tia, what do we do about people who have collapsed lungs? So if you have one collapsed lung and a partial blah blah blah, you're likely to have another collapsed lung and a partial or full blah blah blah. I can't remember the technical name. So what do you do? I need you guys, right? So this is the thing. For all of y'all, switch your ears on, okay? I'm ignoring comments for a minute so I can talk to you guys. None right now. Hiding all messages. So that I don't get distracted. I need to address something without getting distracted.
Okay.
If you have an extraneous medical situation that like nobody else has, or very few people have, or it's a specialized thing, and I say this in love, the onus is on you to prepare for that and then train me up on how to deal with it so that I can. Okay? And then, as part of the larger tribe as a whole, if there's things that we need, right? If we know that because of this situation, we're going to need more alcohol prep pads or whatever, 0 gauge needles, whatever.
What effect is it going to have?
Right. Okay. Once I know that, once I can quantify that, yes, we as a tribe will prepare for that. But hypothetically speaking, right? I'm allergic to bees. Okay, I need epinephrine, EpiPens. That's nobody's responsibility but mine. Now, if somebody in the tribe says, hey, I've got lots of extra EpiPens, or hey, I'm a medical doctor, I'll write you a prescription for more, or hey, my brother has one that he's not using, do you want whatever, right? Okay, cool. We can bring that out from my immediate sphere of influence into the tribe, and the other members of the tribe can address that situation. Hey, that's my job. So the first thing is for you or anybody else, if you have an individual medical situation that is outside of the norm, you need to figure out how to handle it, how to deal with it, and then let the rest of the people in your tribe know so we can scale that up so that we have redundancy as a tribe. Because I don't know how to deal with that. It's not my situation. I don't know your particulars. So you need to figure out your particulars and then have a class on it.
And you have to have some responsibility for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think that anybody is shirking the responsibility for it.
No.
I think it's I can't fully understand what your situation is. So figure out exactly what your situation is and then let me know and have a candid conversation with your tribe about, hey, this is a real thing. This is what it looks like for me. This is how it manifests itself. and then we can talk about it. And while we're at it, while I'm busy not being distracted by comments, y'all don't talk enough. I'm saying this as an indictment on everybody here because I know that I don't talk enough. And I don't mean this, but I mean as brothers and sisters in our tribes, in Christ, as part of our communities, we don't talk to each other enough. We harbor animosity. We give each other the sideways eye like this, but we don't talk enough. And if you sit down and actually talk with somebody and go, hey man, I'm really concerned about this. Once you open your mouth, man, 95 times out of 100, whoever you're talking with is going to meet you where you're at. And the 5% of the time that they don't, bless you. Have a wonderful life, right? That 5%, you don't need to be a part of your tribe, be a part of your life. But have conversations with people.
Well, you know what? And you know what I want to add to it? Because this is the other thing. You got to be able to accept criticism.
Yeah. Agreed.
I expect you to criticize me when I need it.
Well, you should.
Well, I do.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Since I've tamed the bear, it's my pet. You're my pet now. You have got to be able to take criticism. Again, it goes back to personal versus business. Right?
Yep.
If you're coming from a good place, and this is a concern that there is, and it's not you're being a dick.
Yep.
You've got to be able to take that criticism. So we all need to work on that because in some ways, shapes, and forms, it's something that we're all never going to be perfect at. But you got to understand that your brother or sister that's coming to you is doing it because they love you.
And because everybody needs help. Open it. Pull the thing. Thank you.
Help.
See? Everybody needs help.
And yes, communication. And part of the thing that's going to cause friction in a tribe, and as you're growing a tribe, is people having to change the way they do things.
Yep.
Change is one of the hardest things for most people to deal with, and it will cause conflict. And it will cause conflict because it puts people in places where they're uncomfortable.
Hold on 1 minute. I agree. Curry, you're antisocial. Find the people you're not antisocial around.
Yes.
That's your tribe. When you have people you can sit down and have a beer with and just talk about the big stuff and the little stuff.
Just talk.
That's your tribe. And if your tribe is like 3 Star Wars nerds and like a guy from the cubicle 3 doors down, that's your tribe. Embrace it, okay?
The nerd who made the octopus.
The nerd who carved the octopus. That's your tribe. Your tribe is your tribe. And to a large extent, you don't get to pick who those people are. Like, you just vibe with certain people. Like this guy. How many times have we talked about there's no good reason why this should be a thing? And yet here it is, right? But you're talking about change and the difficulty of change.
And accepting criticisms.
Yeah. I would say, too, put your ego on the back burner.
Just gonna say that.
Especially get out my dome, brother. Put your ego on the back burner because especially post SHTF, man, you want to talk about people behaving badly, a lot of that is going to be people who are offended. And I think most of us pride ourselves as not being snowflakes. We're not easily offended. Well, what happens when somebody is stressed to their limit and all of a sudden you say that thing? And you know you're saying that thing, but you say that thing and they lose it, man. And they're carrying a 40 Smith & Wesson on their hip, right? It just
goes back to the talk we had about this a long time ago. This is like, I think when there was like 30 subs. And we talked about the fact of, inconsequential things and getting pissed off in traffic. And, and, you doing the wrong thing to some messed up person.
Yep.
Who's just not right, and you end up getting into an altercation or having to kill somebody or getting killed yourself. Like, over
what?
Traffic.
Yeah. I mean, right? I screamed at a guy in front of Cheyenne, my oldest daughter, because he was this far from my rear bumper for miles, and he knew he was doing it. And we come to a stop sign, and I just had enough. And it was a Shabbat. It was a Saturday before I was keeping Torah, and I was stressed because I wasn't resting like I'm supposed to. And I hopped out of the car, and I full on bear mode this guy. I'm right up next to the door. I mean, knife handing him. Rah, 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 I will effing kill you. Rah. And so I get back in the truck, and my oldest daughter, this is a few years ago, so she wasn't 11 going on 12. She's sitting there like, and I'm like, all right, babe, we don't talk to people that way. And she's like, I'm like, it's okay, Daddy loves you. You know what I mean? We did not exchange another word this whole ride. And so we get to where we're going to this stupid birthday party. It's some like enough death metal tea. Yeah, you love it. You love it. So driving like you're from Jersey. Yeah. This guy almost ended up in a concrete mafia block, Lois. You know how it goes. And so we get to the place we're going, and I hop out, and eventually this guy in the car passes me, right? So I hop out, and who's holding the door but the guy that I had just screamed at that I was going to murder in the middle of the road? And it's like, you know,
talk about that being a lesson.
I felt this big. I really did.
That was a lesson.
It was absolutely a lesson. And the point is, I'm sharing that with y'all because had that been, now we live in Texas. There's no reason that guy would have been justified.
Yep.
I was right up next to his car, screaming at him, right next to his vehicle. He could have said, looking at me, I feared for my life, pulled a weapon, fired through the glass, put me on the ground, possibly killed me.
Yep.
And he would have been legally justified, right?
Yeah. It's not proving that you're feared for your life. Did you look at this?
A jury, and they would have been like, hashtag body bag, amen.
Normally people can just be walking down the street and they're fearful. And they're like, we're not even doing anything.
I want to make an inappropriate gesture at you right now. Just saying. So
don't make me tame you.
So
bum bum bum
bum bum bum.
What did she call it? What did she say? Hashtag what? What was that picture of him?
Mean mugging.
Mean mug. You guys have got to see this picture. This thing is awesome. So
Mean mugging me.
Again? Is he mean mugging?
He's doing it again?
No,
What is? Oh, he's about to pass out. You know who I miss? Sister Francis. Where have you been, Sister Francis? Are you okay? I hope you're okay out there.
Oh, hold on. Watch out.
Baseball Squid.
Oh.
Baseball Squid.
Mrs. Squid. Tactical Muppet face. I can kill a little time.
Do it. Give it.
You
want
to do one with us, Miss Squid?
What's a tactical?
Tactical
She
Muppet.
can't. Oh, here
What's
it is.
a tactical Muppet face?
Look at this. Look at this mean mug. He gave Mrs. Squid. All because she set him down. That's it. She just set him down. And he just mean mugged her. Like, look at that face.
That is the best face. Look at that.
Misty said there's so many memes. So many memes.
Oh,
Yeah.
so many.
All of the memes.
Dad?
What,
Which
baby?
Misty?
How was practice?
Good.
Yeah?
I'm just saying. I know some of the Misties you know.
Did you?
No.
I like Connor.
Are
I like
different,
his dad and
Misty?
mom,
No.
too.
Let me tell you.
Pick me back up or die in your sleep. Yeah, that's what the face says. That's a little wicked, Palmetto. Looks like Squid Jr. Yeah.
That's funny because
They-
Mrs. Squid was just saying, like,
Yeah.
One of your
what'd
Mini
you call,
you.
said
what'd you call him in there?
shrunken. That's what one of your people said. He looks like a miniature version
Oh,
of
yeah, they
you.
did.
Is that what one of our people said?
Yeah, shrunken squid.
I can't keep up with what our people say all the time.
Speak up. How's Mrs. Squid after her first day of workout?
Tired.
Tired. She said
She's tired. Cool.
Hey,
So,
can you
all
turn
right.
that
Well,
down?
we're like,
Turn it down.
we're an hour and 5 in. So, anybody got any more quick questions before we put a bow on this thing and head out for the evening? I do appreciate the user interaction.
We got about 10 minutes, so we got
If
any
that.
questions? Any more? Do you have the comments on? Again?
I don't know. Do I?
I don't know.
Do I?
You're the technical guy.
Live chat.
Guy with it taped to a hatchet.
Yeah. What is the meaning of life? Ozark geek. Don't punk me, brother Roger. Love the Lord your God with everything you've got, and love your neighbor as yourself. And on this hangs all the law, hangs all the Torah. That's the meaning of life. Be in service to the Father. What about the Viking meetup? You want us to pump that? thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. 14 October 2018 in Heavener, which is like heaven, Oklahoma.
Mommy's Run.
Hmm?
Hope Mommy's Run 13th.
We'll be
No,
up there that night.
on October. Okay.
13th. Okay, we'll talk later.
Yeah, we're good.
14 October 2018, Heavener, Oklahoma, which is like heaven, Heavener, Oklahoma. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Viking Fest. There's, thank you, Curry. That's awesome. What is the number one most important gear to have when walking dozens of miles? Good footwear. And
yeah.
socks.
Socks and footwear.
That's the most important gear to
socks,
have.
and some more socks.
And socks.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Viking meetup is
And if you ordered a shirt, if you
Wear
order a
it.
body bag shirt,
I did.
we will deliver them to you at there if we know you're there, and maybe we'll sign them.
maybe. I'm gonna sign them in navy blue marker, so you can't see it. Wool sock blend, yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on wool sock.
Don't go there.
Okay.
Don't go there. It's not unpopular opinion time.
No, it's not that. I think wool's great. Wool's great. It was these certain socks that we were issued that literally I think were designed to aggravate you and annoy you while you were trying to put them on, and you had 10 seconds to get dressed.
Yeah. Yep. Remember that time we held a tomahawk with a phone taped to it above the baby? Okay. The best socks, the ones you're wearing right now that aren't wet. Those are the best socks. I like Wigwam. I like Carhartt. JB Fields. Hold on. The company JB Fields has been in business since 1889, making socks for loggers, and they're a very good company. Did I say Wigwam?
Yes.
Wigwam. And No Holes. Yeah, those are good too. So anyway, go to the Viking meetup. If you need the details, there's a video on this channel.
And if you order a shirt and you're going to be there, let us know. Send an email to squidandbearntxmag@gmail.com, and we will bring the shirt with us to meet you there.
Oh,
unless
that's
you
cool.
unless you want it earlier, but I don't know how much earlier you would actually get it, because by the time we close this order, and they process it and it ships, yeah, you could get it a couple weeks earlier probably. So just let us know what you want. Us to bring it or to just send it to you.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
And go do the Facebook thing and just sign up for the loot box, because
We're sad.
set apart socks, holy socks. LOL, Hobie. I see what you did there. Holy socks. The new bamboo socks are great. Bamboo, right?
Yeah, bamboo. Bamboo is wonderful fabric.
Really?
Yes.
No, it's not. Bamboo is wonderful for hitting people with.
Yeah.
It's also really good fabric.
They're good for switches.
Go team. Amen, brother. I guess you watched the Zeetsy socks.
I got a
Yep.
shower bait.
Here we go.
Okay.
It's time. We're tying the bow.
Yep.
You got anything else to add?
Well, we've got 6 minutes.
Not even. It takes us that long to tie.
No
it.
more than 6 minutes.
It takes us that long to tie a bow.
I know.
Come on, B.
That's what I'm just saying. Give me my phone. Go inside, boy.
Oh,
What does his hat say?
Identity.
Colton Dixon.
It looks like
Colton Dixon's.
it looks
tour.
like Ken Tity.
Identity. Colton Dixon, the Christian.
Bless you as well, brother. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. I think it was a little bit more of a low key event this evening, but it was
Yeah.
good, right?
Well,
Shalom, brother.
we get so many questions. It was like, well, we could talk about XYZ, or we could just say,
Yeah.
hey, are there things that you guys are thinking about? Let's talk through them.
And you know what? Shameless plug. If you enjoyed this, go to Patreon. Give us $1 so we can give it to somebody in need. And we do this 3 times a week on Patreon. So,
And we'll answer your specific questions.
yeah, addressed
on
to you.
Patreon.
Kurt
Addressed
Son,
to you.
I'm glad you appreciated that, man. I try and do that every week. In fact, I have not missed a week since I started the
What's that?
Bible reading.
Yeah.
And good. Thank you. This coming Monday, I will not be in Texas to do the Wisdom live stream because it's Labor Day. So as I said last night, or this coming Sunday.
You won't be here. Yeah, Sunday. And Monday, you won't be here for Squid and Bear, so maybe we figure something out.
Yeah, we need to figure something out because it's Labor Day. So the Wisdom live stream will be on Tuesday night.
It's time to go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, is what you're looking for.
Yes, ma'am, is the answer.
Okay, real quick. I need to get up there. I need to get up there real quick.
And so, okay, if you don't have a Facebook account, that's okay. That's where we're giving the loot box away. So if you're not,
if you want a chance at the loot box,
go
you've
back.
got to sign up for Facebook, and like our page.
and do the things. We'll tell you what to do on Facebook, but that's where the loot box
The answer is yes,
is
ma'am.
going away. So
And so you need to like and share. That will enter you into a random drawing, and after a certain amount of time, we'll pick that out, and the box will be on its way.
mhm.
And we would love for you to go live and show what's in the box.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. Take some pictures
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
and and post on our page.
Yep.
Like, we'd like to do probably a box every month or so.
Yeah, that's the goal.
You know, and this is not product that we're getting from anybody. We're pulling stuff out of our storage.
Yeah, I literally just went through one of my closets earlier, and I was like, okay, this, and this, I'm giving away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hobie, you do need to go to Shabbat Fellowship. I'm just judging you. I don't know.
That's what we do. We
That's
just
what
judge
we're
people
very
all the
judgy
time.
all the time. Haven't you
Judgmental.
noticed? We're very forceful Christians. I am holding a tomahawk.
You are holding a tomahawk.
All right, man. Good night, Squid.
I know, I'm sad.
Don't be sad.
I just like this.
I like this too, but hey, scarcity breeds value, man.
It does.
It does. We will do this again. Hey, we will let you guys know. I'll shoot a quick update video when we know what's going on with the live stream for next month, because it ain't going to be next month. Post that up and let you guys know. So look for that on the channel as well.
Yeah, you'll see it on YouTube, as well as we'll throw something on Facebook too.
We love you all too, Tina R. We love all you guys.
This is fun.
This is the best. It's the only reason why Monday can exist, is because we get to do this on Monday evening.
In a lot of ways, this is what gets me out of work.
Right?
Gets me to get up for work, is knowing that we get to do this Monday night.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
Otherwise, I think you wouldn't have any purpose of coming here.
Why? Here, like your backyard, or Texas?
Like Texas.
Oh, I'd be done.
Yeah.
Be done. You're welcome, Vicky. Good night, Adam. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right. Good night, Gordy. Man, we love you too, Hobie.
Yep.
Y'all have a great evening.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys again soon. Bye. And